Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 2. Yes, day number 2, week 5, fall 2024 of our journey together. That's day number 2, week 5, fall 2024 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this afternoon's classes. So let's continue from where we left off yesterday. We was talking about the circumference of a circle, and we talked about different ways in which we can find that, or we could determine that, and in which cases we could do that. Today we're going to build off of that idea, but instead of looking at a semicircle, instead of looking at a full circle, we're going to be looking at how to calculate the circumference of a semicircle. So today is Tuesday. We are no longer in September. We are currently in October 2024. The subject is, of course, mathematics. And like I said, we are going to be looking at finding the circumference of a semicircle. All right. So topic is finding the circumference of a semicircle. Now, when we say semicircle, what do we mean by semicircle? What is that?
Half of a circle.
A half of
A half of the circle.
A half of it.
a half of a circle.
Very good. So exact half of a circle. So we're going to also use a formula to help us to find the circumference of a semicircle. But first, where is Nika? Nika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Nika, what's the topic for today?
Finding the circumference of a semicircle.
Very good. And Zion, what's the topic for the day? Where's Zion?
Finding the circumference of a semicircle.
Circumference. By the way, we looked at it yesterday, but when we say circumference, what do we mean? What does the circumference mean?
The perimeter.
The perimeter.
That's the perimeter of the circle. So another word for circumference is the perimeter. And we're looking at the distance around a circle, all right? In this case, we're looking at the circumference of a semicircle. So we're looking at the distance around the semicircle, all right? So the formula for finding, it's kind of neat. And let me explain it to you, right? So you could easily figure out the circumference of a semicircle, right? And let me show you how. Now, do not write this down. Do not write this down. Do not write this down. I just want to show you how we get the formula. You don't have to write this down, right? So we know, so don't write this down yet. Don't write this part down yet. So we know that if we have a full circle, right? So we start here.
Don't write the circle.
No, don't draw this.
Mr. Petit, we having a quiz today?
Yeah, we are. So we know that if we're trying to find the circumference of this whole circle, right? The distance around this whole circle, what is the formula that we use to find the distance of this around the circle? What's the formula?
Pi.
The formula is
2 pi r.
2
2
pi
pi r.
r. So 2 times pi times r, right? But for a semicircle, we only want what? We only want what?
You just want the pi r?
We only want half of it, right?
Yeah.
So we only want half of it. So that means that what we're gonna do with this formula? We only want half of it.
Divide it by 2.
Divided by 2, right? So we take this formula. So it's gonna be 2 pi r. You don't have to write this down. I'm just showing you how we get it. 2 pi r, and you want to divide it by what? Divided by 2. And so that means that the formula for the circumference of a circle must be equal to what? Just what? Pi times what? Pi times r, right? But not so fast, because pi r is not really the circumference of the semicircle. Pi r is just gonna be this top part, just this top part. So if we just want this top part, right, just this half right there, just this top half, the circumference of that just top half is gonna be pi r, which is half of the full thing. But we need an extra, we need the extra line here. So we need this extra line. And what is this line? We call that the what? This line right there.
Diameter.
The diameter, or what is the diameter? The diameter is twice the what?
Radius.
Twice the radius.
Size of the
Twice the size of the radius. So in order for us to calculate the circumference of a circle, of a semicircle, we need two things. We need the top part. We need the top part, which we know is pi r, right? And we need the bottom part, which we know is 2r. And so the circumference of a semicircle, therefore, is going to be equal to pi r plus 2r. And so that's how we get that formula. So let me write that down. So the circumference, so let's write this down. So the circumference, you write this down now. So the formula for the circumference of a semicircle is 2 times pi times r. So 2 pi r, I mean, not 2 pi r, pi r plus 2r. So it's gonna be pi r plus 2r. 2r, where r is the what? Let me say r is the
Radius.
r is the radius. So r is equal to the radius, and the radius is always half of the what?
Circumference.
Half of the
The
diameter. Half of the diameter. So, question: what is this formula, right, for finding the circumference of a semicircle?
Pi r plus 2r.
Pi r plus 2r. Okay. Barry, you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Barry, what is the formula for finding the circumference of a semicircle?
Pi r plus 2r.
Pi r plus 2r. And Tavana, where's Tavana? Tavana, can you hear me? Tavana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You're very low, Tavana. Are you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ajani, are you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aiden, Richie, are you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aiden, what's the formula for finding the semicircle of a, what is the formula for finding the circumference of a semicircle, Aiden?
Pi plus 2r.
Pi r plus
2r.
Very good. And Malia Delaveau, what's the formula for finding the circumference of a semicircle?
Pi r plus 2r.
Very good. And Alexander, what's the formula for finding the circumference of a semicircle? Alexander, what's the formula for finding the circumference of a semicircle?
The formula is pi plus 2r.
No. Pi r.
Pi r plus 2r.
Very good. Pi r plus 2r. So do me a favor and draw this semicircle for me. So we have this semicircle that we have.
I think I have a protractor to do that.
That's true. You could use a protractor. That's true. The protractor is the shape of a semicircle. I never even thought of that. So if you have a protractor, you could draw this. Oh, one thing before you even draw that, you have to put the instructions, right? So the instructions is very simple. Instructions. We want to find the circumference of each semicircle. And we're going to use pi as 3.14. Now, pi is not always going to be used as 3.14 in your exam. It could be used as, they could say pi is 3. They could say pi is 3.142, right? Or they could say pi is 22/7. But whatever they say you have to use, in our case, we're going to use pi as 3.14. That is common to do that. Okay, so that's what pi is. So we know what pi is. And let's say that, so we know that pi is 3.14. How are your semicircles looking? How are your semicircles looking?
Very bad.
Amazing.
Really
Amazing.
good.
Really good. Okay. So let's number this. It's gonna be number 1. The first one. All right, so let's say that we have, say, let me bring this up some more. Take as much space as we possibly can. All right, so make sure I draw this neatly, just like how I have it. And let's say that we know that this thing right here is 4 centimeters, right? So let's say that, and it's gonna be 4 centimeters that goes on this side, and 4 centimeters that goes on that side. So 4 centimeters covers is the span of this whole thing, right? So this whole entire line is equal to 4 centimeters, right? That's the rationale there. And so that's what we have. So my first question is, when you're looking at a question like this, we all know that the formula for finding
Do
the,
we write the arrows?
yes, draw the arrows as well. When you're
Thank
looking
you.
at something like this, when we're looking at something like this, we know that we know what the diameter is. What is that diameter?
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters.
What is the diameter?
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters.
4 centimeters. Very good. Because the diameter is the length of this whole thing right there, right? That's the length of this whole thing. That's the diameter. Please remember that. So the diameter is 4 centimeters, right? That's the length of the entire line segment right there, the base of this semicircle, right? Are we clear on that? Yes or no? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Good. So we know what the diameter is. What is the radius?
Centimeters.
The radius is gonna be what?
2 centimeters.
The radius is gonna be
Half
Two
of the
centimeters.
diameter.
half of the diameter, which is gonna be 4 divided by 2. And 4 divided by 2 is gonna be what?
Centimeters.
That's just gonna be what? 2 centimeters, right? All right, so that means that we have that the radius is 2 centimeters and the diameter is 4 centimeters. All right, Alexia Brown, do you understand that so far? The radius is 2 centimeters, the diameter is 4 centimeters. Alexia Brown, you understand that? You're very low. Can you speak in the mic? You're very low. I could barely hear you. I'm saying, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Annalisa Outing, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Amaya, you understand this so far? Amaya,
Yes, sir.
you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have to use,
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
uh-huh,
I was just letting you know that you forgot to enable the chat.
okay, thank you. So, thank you for that. So we know that our circumference, the circumference of the semicircle, what's the formula for the circumference of the semicircle? It's gonna be equal to what?
Pi or
Pi
plus 2
Pi.
r.
Pi r plus what? Plus 2r.
2 r.
So pi times r plus 2 times r. That's the formula. So we write down our formula and we good. Next, we need to say that the circumference is going to be equal to, what is pi in the question? What is pi?
3.14.
Yeah, pi is 3.14. That's what pi is. And so we're going to say 3.14, which is pi, 3.14, multiplied by what? Multiplied
Two.
by r, which is what?
R.
Which is 2,
Yeah.
right? So let me put this in brackets. Plus what?
2.
2 times r is 2. So it's going to be 2 times 2. And so what we have, uh-huh.
What if I already get the answer?
If you already have the answer, oh yeah, let me enable the chat. For those of you who already get the answer. All right, if you already have the answer and you think your answer is right, you can put it inside the chat for me.
What happened to the 4?
Say it again.
What happened to the 4?
To the 4. Oh, good question. He asked what happened to the 4. Do we use the 4?
No, sir.
No, we don't use the 4 because I forget how to pronounce the name. Cannon or Canaan? How to pronounce your name?
Canaan?
No, Cameron, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the diameter. We don't want the diameter. We want to use the radius. But the radius is half of the diameter. So that's why we take the 4 and we divide it by 2. All right. So you wouldn't see the 4 inside of this equation because we're not using the 4 per se. We divide it by 2. I'm using the radius. That makes sense? Cameron,
Yeah.
that makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. So moving right along. So this is gonna be equal to we have to do 3.14 times 2. So let's multiply that. So we have 3.14. I mean, no, we know that it's what I had by now.
6.28.
6.28.
6.28. 2 times 4 is what? 8. 2 times 1 is
2.
2. 2 times 3 is
6.
6. Put a decimal point right there. That's gonna be 6.28. That makes sense?
Sir.
Okay. All right, so now we know that this is 6.28. So we have that C, or the circumference.
Mr. Petit, you're not checking the chat for the people who finish.
Yeah, I can check.
Am I correct?
We can see right now. 3.14 multiplied by 2 is gonna be what? 6.28. Plus what? 2 times 2 is what?
4.
4.
2 times 2 is 4.
4.
All right, so before we give the answer, let's see. I see some people say 2.32, 6.32. 10.28. 10.28. Who all got 10.28? Let me see. I see
I did.
10.28.
I did.
I see 12.56. I see 12.60. I see 12.28, 6.32. So we have a lot of different answers, right? So let's see. We have to do C is equal to 6.28 plus 4. Right? So it's going to be 6.28. Plus 4. And it's going to be 4 because we have to put the 4 in the ones place. And then we put this behind. And so this is going to be equal to what? 8 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 0 is 2. And finally, 6 plus 4 is what?
10.
10.
10. And so that means that the circumference of the semicircle is 10.28 centimeters.
Okay,
If-
so quick question.
Uh-huh.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Why we put the 4 in the ones place? I mean, in the ones place. Why put the 4 in the ones place?
Oh, we put the 4 in the one space because 4 is in the ones. If you put it underneath the 2, then you're trying to say it's a decimal.
Well,
I'm
that is
sorry.
true.
Why
That
sorry,
is
it's in
true.
the 4?
That is true.
Say it again.
Where the 4 come from? Why we using the 4?
Oh, okay. Devon, 2 times 2.
Number.
And that's my question, Mr. Petty. Where you get the extra 2 for the 2 times 2?
Oh, okay, so the radius, right? So the radius is 2, isn't it? So we do pi times the radius, which is 2. And when we do 2 times, because 2 is a part of the formula, isn't it? And our formula is pi r plus 2r. So it's going to be 3.14 times 2, right? Plus 2 times 2. And so that's how we got that. Dazon, did you see that? Dazon Curry?
Mr. Petit, I think they mean where you get the 2 from. The 2 is actually half of the diameter. So it's
Yeah.
half of the 4 centimeters.
Yeah, exactly. So half of 4. Uh-huh. Yes, Kanan?
I did it in 5 steps and I still got the same answer. That's still right. That's still fine, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
That's fine. Once you get the right answer.
Excuse me, Mr. Bidi.
Yes, Ronald.
You see how you add 6.28 plus 4. Where did you get them other zeros from?
Oh, okay, they're placeholders. So 4 is in the ones place, and I need something to put in the box. So I put the 4 zeros as placeholders.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. Anyone who do not understand how we got this, do not understand. Still unsure. Do not. If you do not.
Can you explain the whole formula, please?
Who's that speaking?
Chevette.
Elcado and Chevette?
Multiplied by 2, right there.
Okay. Okay, so you want me to explain? Say it again, Elcado?
I don't understand why you have 2 multiplied by 2 when you
Oh, here?
when you yes,
I
Yeah.
don't understand, Mr. Petit. I just joined.
What's your name?
Darvin.
Davin Bar?
Yes, sir.
Davin Bar, you need to always change your name. I changed it for you, but it enters as Zoom user. All right. Okay, so let's do this one more time. So we have C is equal to, this is the formula for the circumference this is the formula for the circumference of a semicircle. So C is equal to pi r plus 2r, right? Where r is the radius of the circle. We know that the diameter is 4 centimeters, and the radius is going to be half of the diameter. So the radius is 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And so we say pi, which is 3.14, multiplied by r, which is 2, plus 2 times r. Remember, r is 2. So we replace r with 2. So whenever we see r, we have to put 2, right? And whenever we see pi, we have to put 3.14. And so then we say 3.14 multiplied by 2. And when we do the multiplication, it gives us 6.28. And then we say 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we add 6.28 plus 4, and that give us 10.28 centimeters. And that's how we get it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let me know. If that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Petit, you have to, so
Yes,
in
sir.
the
Uh-huh.
do we have to do the working, all of this working?
Yeah,
Is there
definitely.
any shortcut way to do the working?
No,
Or
you
have to show all of this
you have to show
working?
all, you have to show all working. Yeah, there's no way around it. You have to show all working.
All of this?
It's you making it seem like it's a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of working. It's only 4 steps.
I
Right.
know, but I just thought it would have been a little shortcut way, you know?
I know, right?
Mr. Petit, can I be excused for a quick second, please?
Yes, we can. All right, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. So this,
Mr. Petit, can I say something?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the first C is showing pi r plus 2r, and then the second C is basically the same as the first C, and then the third C is showing the pi plus the diameter, and the last one is basically the same thing.
Exactly. So that C, thank you very much. That C refers to the circumference of that semicircle. So let's say if we have it as 12. So let's say if we have it as 12. So this is this. And that's that. I want you to try it on your own before I go ahead and do it. And put your hand inside the chat for me. Try it on your own and put your hand inside the chat. Make sure I draw the image as well. Make sure I draw the image as well. And yeah, tell me what we get, right? Remember, 12 centimeters is this whole long thing. So make sure I draw this properly. A line, a lie. A layer, yes. Do you understand what we're doing so far? Or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And the shade, do you understand what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gabrielle Markey, do you understand? That's Gabrielle. Gabrielle Markey, do you understand? I can't hear from Gabrielle. Vince, Shekinah, do you understand?
Yes, sir. I understand how to get the answer.
Okay. And Zion, Neely, do you understand?
No, sir.
No?
I trying to work out this one now to see if I.
You're trying to see if you, okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Where's Paris? Paris, are you here? It's Paris in class. And
Yes, sir, Mr. T. I right, sir.
oh, you wanna Monique Boris. Do you understand what we're doing, Paris?
Something like that.
Something like that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go ahead and do it together. Paris, if you notice this, wait. If you know the answer, just put inside the chat. Paris, this 12, right? This 12 covers this whole line segment here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What do we call this 12? Is it the diameter or is it the radius?
Diameter.
It's the diameter, very good. So it's gonna be 12 centimeters. Now, so we know the diameter is 12 centimeters. What is the radius? How are we gonna get the radius, Paris?
You have to divide the diameter by 2.
Very good. So 12 divided by 2. And what is 12 divided by 2? That's gonna be what?
6.
6 centimeters. So you understand that part, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next thing we have to do, we have to write our formula. What's the formula that we're gonna use for the circumference?
3 3.14
Let's start with the formula. So pi,
pi r
uh-huh,
plus 6
plus, no, plus 2r,
r is
plus 2r. We're just writing the formula first, okay? So C, which is the circumference, is equal to pi r plus 2r. Does that make sense? That first line. Okay, so let's substitute. So C is going to be equal to, what is pi?
3.14.
3.14.
3.14.
Good. What is the radius, Paris?
6.
6. Thank you. Plus 2 times, what is the radius?
6.
6. Very good. All right. Let me check the chat and see what y'all have. I see people saying 12.28, 24.28, 18.28, 30.84.
Excuse me, Mr. Boutique.
One moment. 30.84, 9.88, 42.28, 30.60, 30.84, 12.28, 18.28, 18.28, 18.84, 18.28, 30.84, 18.28, 12.28, 18.28, 13.42. Okay. Okay. So those are some of the answers I see. 36.28. Interesting. Okay, so now Paris, what are we gonna do? Paris, what are we gonna do?
I think I get on it now.
Can you catch on?
Excuse me, Mr. Boutique, can you check my answer?
So tell me what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do?
I was confused. Okay. So then we're gonna do 3.14 times 6.
So 3.14 multiplied by
6.
6. Good. 6 times 4 is
24.
24. Put the 4 down, put the 2 up.
Carry the 1.
6 times 1 is
6
6 plus
times
2
1 is 6 plus 2 is 8.
is 8. Good. 6 times 3 is
Is 18.
18. So it's gonna be 18.84. So C is gonna be equal to 18.84. What is 2 times 6?
2 times 6 is 12.
Very good. 2 times 6 is 12. All right.
Excuse me, Mr. Boutique.
Yes, Kanan.
If we are shown working to do it in a faster way, can we, instead of doing pi r plus 2r, can we just do pi r plus the diameter?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Batik, when we come here, we're gonna do 18.84. Plus or times 12.
Plus 12.
Plus 12. Okay.
Yeah. So 18.84 plus 12. So we have 4 plus 0, which is 4. 8 plus 0, which is 8.
8.
Right? 8 plus 2, which is what?
10. Put the 0 down. Carry the 1.
Put a 0 down, carry the 1. And then 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 3. So what we got, Paris?
30.84.
30.84. 30.84. What we going to put? Centimeters, meters?
30.84 centimeters.
Centimeters. All right. Let me know if you understand how we got this. Let me know if you understand.
What about the 8 plus 2?
I
No,
understand.
I am confused because with the, I thought
Can you go over it one more time?
You
it-
can
to be in plus instead of you saying 2 times 6. I get confused right there.
Say it again.
Okay, you know, it's how you take away the 2 from the 4 on the first example.
Mhm.
I took it away and I put it as 6, but I didn't put it as 2 times 6.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's what the formula is telling you. The formula says,
That's why I went wrong too.
the formula says you take pi multiplied by the radius, which is 6. You take 2 and you multiply it by the radius. So pi is 3.14, you multiply it by the radius, which is 6. And then 2 always remains. You never change 2. It stays. You take 2 and you multiply it by the radius as well. Okay? So pi, which is 3.14.
I think
multiplied
that's
by-
what confused me, Mr. Petit. That's what confused me.
Okay, you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else who do not understand how we got answers?
I didn't understand, but I think I get it now. Because
Think you
I
get it now?
thought you were saying the radius is always 2.
No. The radius is not always 2. No.
Right. I see
Yeah.
the difference now.
See the difference now? Okay.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Go ahead and take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need everyone to do that. Take a picture of what you have and send it to me via WhatsApp.
So, Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
the reason we adding the extra 12 or 4 cm, which is the line, is because the line is a part of the circumference, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Very good point. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I sent mine just now.
Jeremiah, thank
Excuse
you.
me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I don't have my mother's phone right now, so I can't take the pictures right now.
When she comes home, then you could be able to take a picture. Jordan Richie? Where's
Yes, sir.
Jordan? Where's Jordan?
Hello.
Do you understand how we got an answer? Or how we're
Yes, sir.
getting an answer? Okay, no problem. Joshua, where's Joshua? Joshua is
Right,
Joshua.
yes, sir.
Do you understand how we got the answers?
Yes, sir.
Okay, explain how I got 30.84.
All right, so right, the diameter is like the full circle distance around the circle, and the radius is half that. So
Yes.
12, you divide 12 by 2.
Yes.
Because half of 12 is like 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then use the formula, which is pi r plus 2r.
Mm-hmm.
Then you split them up into groups, and then you multiply one side and multiply the next.
So we say 3.14 multiplied by what?
6.
Why are we
the
using
radius.
6? The radius, good. And what else?
And then you do the same thing for the next side.
We say 2 times 6, which is
12.
12. And so when we add them, and we get what?
30.84.
30.84. Very good. Thank you. Where's Jervin? Jervin, do you understand this?
Yeah, so I mean, Vivian.
Mr. Petit.
Sorry for the lateness. I came late, so I guess can't understand it.
Do you have a picture of it? Because I'm gonna move this slide.
Yeah, yes, so I have a picture.
Mr. Petit.
So you
before
need to
you
write
move-
one moment. You need to write this down, Jervin, and
Yes, sir.
then put in your book. So and
Okay.
take a picture so I could see your notes. Yeah,
Yes,
someone has a
sir.
question.
Mr. Petit, good evening. This is Store. I logged on pretty late, so I'm kind of confused on the finding the circumference and semicircle. Can you explain to me how do you get these answers, please?
Yeah, no problem. I could do that. Someone was asking me something. Before.
Yeah, y'all saw basically what she was saying because
Basically-
I had to get my hair cut. So
Okay. All right. No problem. So let me explain what happened. So basically, we're trying to find the circumference of a semicircle. The formula, Christian, where's Christian? You see this?
no, so
This is pi r plus 2r. That's the formula for the circumference of a circle, semicircle. Yesterday we was doing the circumference of a full circle. Today we're doing the circumference of a semicircle. And you have to use this formula, pi r plus 2r. So if we come here, we notice that The diameter is what? What's the diameter, Christian, of this?
12 centimeters.
The diameter is 12. But the diameter is not the radius. What is the radius?
6 centimeters.
How you get 6?
Because the radius is half of the diameter.
Yeah, so it's 12 divided by 2, so we get 6. So now, one moment. So that means that we have 12 divided by 2, which is 6. And so we say pi, which is what?
3.14.
Multiplied by the radius, which is
6.
6, plus 2 times what?
6.
The radius, which is 6, right? And
Mr. Why do we have to multiply 2 times the radius again?
Okay, so that's just the formula. Pi r plus 2r. Now you could just say pi r plus d, right? If you want to just do that. But I just like the formula. I just like using the radius. So
okay,
pi r plus 2r. So it's gonna be pi times 6, which is the radius, times plus 2 times 6. And so it's gonna be 18.84 plus 12, and then we add them in, that's how we get answer. All right.
Okay.
Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
Question, I don't sound dumb, right? But how you get 6?
How I get 6? Okay, so the diameter is what? The full length of this is what?
It's 12.
It's 12. But we only want
That's it.
half of it, because half of it is the radius.
It's the radius. Okay.
So we say 12 divided by 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. And so that's how we get 6. All right.
I understand.
So you always have to take the diameter and divide it by 2 to get the radius, to be able to use it in your formula. That makes sense?
Yes, sure.
Okay, good. If you understand how to do this, put I inside the chat. If you understand how to do this, please put I inside the chat. If you do not understand, please put N. If you do not understand, please put N. That's very important because we are about to do the quiz. And if you do not understand because you just reached, then what you have to do is you have to come to class on time.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, we could do one more example, please.
Reniel Oliver.
Yes, sir.
We don't have time for another example. That's, you know what? Let me do one more. You just reached? Did you just arrive?
No, sir.
Okay, I do one more example.
All right, thank you.
One more. All right, so let's do this. So write down this last example. We're gonna call this example number 3. So for this example, we have to find the circumference. So let's draw the semicircle. So this one should be nice. So let's say we have the semicircle, say. So let's say we have the semicircle, and let's say that inside of it, we have, say that it's 10, right? So this is 10 centimeters, all right? So 10 centimeters, and 10 centimeters is going to be the distance of the entire thing. That's 10 centimeters. All right, Mr. Oliver. So what's the first thing we're going to do, Renell? Oliver. That's Oliver. The young man who just asked me to do this over. Where are you? Reniel Oliver. Where's Reniel? Okay, I can't hear.
Mr. Petit, can I answer so I can get the practice?
No problem. So it's gonna be pi r, right? plus what? Plus 2r. That's the formula, right? What is D in this question?
The diameter.
The diameter. What is the diameter?
10.
Diameter is 10.
10.
By the way, if you know the answer, you can put inside the chat. The diameter is 10. What is the radius?
We write this down in our books.
Write this down in your books. Yes, it's the last example.
Radius is 5.
What's the radius?
The radius 5.
How we get 5?
10 divided by 2.
10 divided by 2. And 10 divided by 2 is?
5.
Is 5. All right, write this down in your book, please. It's the last example before we go to the quiz. And so we have that C is equal to, the circumference is equal to pi, which is what?
3.14.
3.14. Multiplied by the radius, which is what? What's the radius?
5.
Radius is what? 5. Plus 2 times r. What is r?
5.
R is 5. R is 5, so it's gonna be 2 times 5, right? And so what we have the multiply 3.14 times 5, so C is equal to 3.14 times 5.
15.70.
Times 5. What you got?
15.70.
15.70.
Yes, sir.
So y'all got? Okay, so we
I
have
get
5.
that too.
Okay, so we have 5 times 4 is what? 20. Put the 0 down, put the 2 up. 5 times 1
is
is
5.
5 plus 2 is
7.
7. 5 times 3 is what?
15.
15. So it's going to be 15.70. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Zion, Neely, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
What are we going to do next, Zion? What are we going to do next?
I'm not sure because I haven't reached there yet.
We're gonna
I was
add,
working.
we're gonna add 15.
By 5.
We're going to what?
Times the 2 by 5.
Times the 2 by 5. Very good. Multiply 2 by 5. And what is 2 times 5? That's going to be what?
And
10. And so what we have here is that C is equal to 15.7. Yes, some Trayvon.
Tell me that I have the answer. I have my whole answer in the chat.
You put it inside the chat? Yeah, let me check. Let me see what y'all have. Inside the chat, they have 25.70. 25.70. Yeah, most person have 25.70. And they are right because if we add 15.70 and 10, if we add 15.70 and 10, we get
25.
so 0, 0 is going to be 0. 7 plus 0 is
7.
7. Put the point out. 5 plus 0 is
5.
5. And 1 plus 1 is 2.
2.
So it's going to be what? 25.
20.70.
Very good. 25.70.
Mr. Petit,
Uh-huh.
would the answer still be correct if the 0 wasn't there, or is the 0 mandatory?
Who's that speaking?
Crimson.
0 is not mandatory.
Okay, thank you.
It's either yes or no so. Okay, write this down for me, please, and then take a picture of this example. Write this down for me, please, and then take a picture of this
I'm gonna
last
take a
example.
picture right now.
Yeah, before we move on to the grade exercise. Do you all understand this? Let me know if you all understand this, please.
Yeah, do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and do a test on this. What's the passing score for my test?
80%. Always.
Mr.
80%.
80% and above. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't really understand.
Who's this speaking?
Wyatt.
Wyatt, you don't understand?
This I come to class late, but I
don't understand why I was doing it. Why you wait until the end of? I don't understand. This is just the end of the third question.
I come into class like the end of the second question, but I was trying to see if I could just understand from the third question, but I didn't understand.
You understand? Okay. Let me put the quiz inside the chat and then I'll explain it to you. Yep. All right. So I don't want to hold the rest of them who understand it up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to put the quiz inside the chat. The quiz is order 20. It's order 20. So that means that if you get a 16, then you pass. I'm gonna post the quiz inside the chat. Once you've started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. Once you've started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. Also, once you're finished with your quiz, take a screenshot of your grade and send it to me via WhatsApp. A lot of you are not doing that. Take a screenshot of your grade.
I forgot to send all 3 of them from yesterday.
Yeah, take a screenshot of your grade and send it to me via WhatsApp. We start the quiz in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's the quiz. It's only one quiz. Once you have started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. Again, once you started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. The passing grade is 80%, which means that if you get anything, you have to get 16 on above. If you get anything lower than that, then you have to redo the quiz. All right. So Wyatt, when we look at this, image, what is the diameter of the semicircle? Wyatt? Where's Wyatt? Anyone want me to explain it to them? Wyatt, are you there? Or you got kicked out? All right, Wyatt, are you there? Where's Wyatt?
Yes, I read it.
As I was saying, when we look at the semicircle, what is the circumference? Not the circumference. What is the diameter?
The diameter is 10 centimeters.
Good. What is the radius?
5 centimeters.
How you got 5?
You divide the distance by 2.
Very good. So now that you have the radius, you have to use the formula, which says pi r plus 2r. That's the formula. Pi r plus 2r. Understand that?
I don't really understand how you get the 2 radius.
20 out of 20.
So pi r plus 2r. That's a part of the formula. That's the formula. We didn't.
So
you can't
the
change
radius is 2 radius, so it's 2 times the radius.
Exactly.
That would give you 10.
Exactly.
And then you times it by the 3.14.
Yeah, the pi. Yes. And that's how we get 15.70. And then we add the 2. And then we get that. That makes sense?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, good.
So after you already times the 3.41 with the with the radius, you have to you have to add the distance to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Basically.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Let me check the quiz grades. Again, make sure that you get
I got 20 out of 20.
okay, good. 20 out of 20. Cleveland.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Someone have a question for me?
For me, I wasn't here for yesterday's class, so I can't answer things.
You can't answer what?
Okay.
You have to speak into the mic. I could barely hear you.
Pardon me?
Okay, speak now. I was barely able to hear you. What you said?
I wasn't here for yesterday's class, so I don't know how to answer some of these questions on this quiz.
Like what?
What is the formula for the circumference of a full circle?
That's what we
And
start
that
off.
was half a circle.
That's what we start off with. We said that the circumference of a full circle write this down in your book. The circumference of a full circle is pi r. 2 pi r.
This book about to go finish.
You hear me, Alea?
Yes.
It's either yes or no, so do you hear me? Alea? Not Alea?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the formula for the first full circle. All right, anything else you don't understand that you don't know? Anything else, Alea, that you don't know? I guess not.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I sent the quiz grade.
Say it again. Say it again. I can't hear you. Say it again. I can't hear. Go ahead, Samia, or I can't.
It's Samaya, but I
Samaya.
was saying that I sent you the quiz grade.
What did you get?
On your 18 out of 20.
18 out of 20. That's good. Anyone else is finished with the quiz?
Excuse me, when we're done with the quiz, you want us to send our grade on WhatsApp?
Yes. Take a picture of your grade and send it to me via WhatsApp. Anyone else finished with the quiz? Anyone else finished with the quiz?
Yes, sir.
Joshua. Okay, what
Yes,
you got,
sir.
Josh? What you got, Joshua?
I get 20.
20 out of 20. Okay, 20 out of 20. All right. That's good. For those of you who are finished with the quiz, great. With the quiz, I need you.
The last question.
Say it again.
Mr. Petit.
You say you are lost for the last question on the quiz? Okay, no problem.
I got
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
I got 18 out of 20. Is that a passing?
Who's that speaking?
Tony Cooper.
Yes, 18 is fine. Once you get 16 and above.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, for those of you who are finished with the quiz, then move on to the questions that's on the screen. You can answer them in the chat. You can answer them right in the chat. For the questions that's on the screen, you can answer them right in the chat. Again, for the questions on the screen, you can answer them right in the chat for me. Where is, okay, so Ramon, Samaya, Freddie, Madi, Malaka, you have to redo your quiz. Crimson, very good. Xavier Cooper, you have to redo your quiz. Dior, you have to redo your quiz. Dior, you have to redo your quiz. For those of you who are finished with the quiz, I need you to take a picture of your quiz grade and send it to me. And I also need you to work on the questions that's on the screen. Again, for those of you who are finished with your quiz, I need you to work with the questions on the screen. Very good, Dazon Curry. Very good, Sashanique. Zoe Johnson, you need to redo your quiz. Again, Zoe Johnson, you need to redo your quiz.
Mr. Petit, I
Yes,
got an
sir.
18 because I didn't focus on the blue line and what it was indicating.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. All right, for those of you who are finished with the quiz, I need you to work on the questions that's on the screen. Put your answers inside the chat for me, please. Aiden Ritchie, where's Aiden? Aiden Ritchie, where's Aiden Ritchie?
Wait there.
You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
What you working on right now?
I'm working on the test right now. I'm on number 7.
Okay, number
Mr.
7.
Petty, for number 6, it's answered.
Number 6 is answered.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Are you on number 6?
No, sir.
Okay, don't worry about number 6 right now. Jeremiah Rule. That's Jeremiah Rule. Where's Jeremiah Rule? Jeremiah Johnson, are you there? Where's Jeremiah Johnson?
Yes,
Jeremiah,
sir.
yes, Jeremiah Johnson. What you working on right now?
The graded exercise, not the graded exercise, the test.
The quiz?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good.
Mr. Petit,
Uh-huh.
hi, number 6. Pretty much showed me what I did not understand with the other
the-
two
Yeah,
on the test where it was in that angle. So
Yeah.
that was the plus.
that's good. So with that one, the radius is already given. So you don't have to half that. Because they already give you the radius, right? Okay. Take a picture of it. Yeah, take a picture of your grade on the quiz and send it to me via WhatsApp. Wyatt, what are you working on, Wyatt?
Finishing the quiz in the chat, please, because I wasn't here.
Okay, who's Ethan?
The quiz, number 7.
Number 7, okay. Ethan, you want me to send a picture of the quiz? I'll send a not a picture, but
Send the link because I wasn't around internet, so I wasn't able to do it.
no problem, no problem. What am I looking for? Zoe Johnson, where's Zoe? Zoe, are you there? Is Zoe there? Or Zoe? Oh.
Excuse me, for numbers.
Go ahead.
Mr. Petit, I got 16. Do I have to do it over?
No, 16 is a pass. Once you're finished with the quiz,
Okay.
please move on to the grade exercise that's on the screen. Again, once you finish with the quiz, please move on to the grade exercise that's on the screen. You need to get a 16 and above on the quiz in order to pass.
Okay.
How
Skylar,
you doing? Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
go ahead.
For number 6, I redid the question twice already, and I keep getting the same answer.
Number 6? What number 6 we talking about? On the
Find the
quiz?
second.
On the
Yes, sir.
on the quiz?
I got 16, Mr. Petit.
Okay. What's the diameter?
20 cm.
Okay.
Excuse me, Miss Petit.
One moment. You say the diameter is 20, so what's your radius?
10.
Okay. So what is 3.14 times 10?
3.14 times 10
Say it again.
is 3.14.
3.14?
Mr. Petit, we doing
I
these in
said,
our book?
no, do it inside the chat. I said, what is 3.14 times 10? Aaliyah?
I'm doing it.
Okay. Multiply that for me and tell me what you get. For those of you who are finished with the quiz, I need you to work on the questions that's on the screen, 1 through 5. And Andrea, you have a question? Andrea Barnaby?
I just wanted to let you know that I got a 20 out of 20.
On the quiz, very good.
I got 18 out of 20.
That's good. 18 or 20 is good.
3.4 times 10 is 31.40.
Very good. 31.40. And then what is 2 times 10?
20.
Good. Now add 31.4 plus 20. All right, Alex, what you got? Alex?
Pardon me?
What you got?
I'm not finished yet.
We're taking you so long on the quiz.
Excuse me.
Mr. Petit.
One moment. What's taking you so long on the quiz, Alex? Hello, Alex, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's taking you so long on the quiz?
Looking for my my pencil.
So you need to have your pencil already out, Alex. You can't just be finding your pencil. That don't make no sense. All right. Anyone finished with the quiz so we could go over these
Excuse
answers?
Mr. Petit.
Yes, go ahead.
So I was doing the quiz on like the last one. I got 18, but for the last one, it was an odd number. So I didn't know what to do for that because the I don't know how to say it, but they can be broken in half.
It can, but you weren't supposed to do that because the last one is just like number 6 on the screen.
It was already broken.
So it was already broken. So you just had to use the 5.
That's probably the mistake I made.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, I placed the answer for the graded exercise on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp instead of the chat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, let's go over these because we have to move on. We can't be forever on this. All right, so what y'all have for number 1?
15.42 centimeters.
Anyone else? What y'all have for number 1?
I just started writing these.
15.42.
15.4. Okay. So for the first one, I got 15.42 centimeters. Anyone else got that?
I did.
You did? Okay, for the second one, good. For the second one, I got
I
30.
got all right.
For the second one, I got 35.98. For the second one, I got 35.98. For the third one, I got 46.26. Right? For the fourth one, I got 56.54. Anyone else got that?
I did.
You did? Okay, for the fifth one, I got 41.12. And for the last one, I got 25.7. Notice that for the last one, I use 5. 5 is already the diameter. I don't have to split this into 2.5. 5 is already
Radius.
5 is already the radius, sorry. All right. Yes.
I'm not really understanding this.
Yep. Say it again. Say it again.
I'm not really understanding this.
You're not really understanding it? Ray,
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
one moment. Ray, you said you're not really understanding it? Where's Ray?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, is it okay if I use the restroom?
Yes, you can. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. So in this case, we're gonna apply what we learned about the circumference of the semicircle. So let's go ahead and do this. So this is gonna be example number 4. So I need everyone to be paying attention with this one. If you're still doing the quiz, please stop doing the quiz. We need to continue on do this part. Okay. Again, if you are doing any quiz, please stop it. We are now on this. All right, so let's go ahead and answer this question. Let's write it down first. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw in the shape. So say we have say that at our base we have like a rectangle as a base. So we basically have this sort of shape. It looks sort of like a church window, doesn't it, right? This is the shape that we have. If we separate the shape into 2 parts, which we can, we're gonna have one looking like looking like the diameter. I mean, looking like the semicircle, and the other one looking like a rectangle. So the first thing we have to do is we have to identify what shapes we have. Okay, so let me make sure you're paying attention. What is this shape at the bottom? That's a what?
Rectangle.
Rectangle and
A rectangle.
Rectangle. And what's the shape? What's the shape that's on top?
A semicircle.
Semicircle.
Semicircle. Make sure I write this down for me, please. Make sure I write this down. You are not doing the quiz right now. You finished with the quiz?
Yeah.
If you're not finished with the quiz, just put a pause on that because we need to move on. Okay, so we have on top, we have a semicircle. At the bottom, we have a rectangle. Make sure I draw this, please. Again, make sure I draw this for me. Okay, so moving right along, we say, okay, well, let this be 8 meters. So say that this is 8 meters. And let's say that this is 5 centimeters, or no, 5 meters. And so that's what we have. We have 8 meters. And when we say 8 meters, obviously we're referring to the whole length, right? The whole length is 8 meters. And 5 meters is only from this part to that part.
Mr. Boutique, you said 5 meters is only what?
5 meters is only this part. Only that part. It's 5 meters. Okay, you see what I'm saying? This part is 5 meters.
So basically the length?
Yeah, basically the side of the rectangle is just 5 meters.
Okay.
And so okay. And so we say So we're gonna say the diagram represents a window. Write down the diameter of the semicircle. Don't say it inside the chat. I mean, don't say it don't say it out loud. Put it inside the chat. What is the diameter of this semicircle? What is the diameter of the semicircle? Don't put inside, don't say it loud. Put it inside the chat. What is the diameter of this semicircle? The diagram represents a window. Write down the diameter of the semicircle. Please make sure you use your units. Right, make sure you use your units.
Mr. Petit, is this a trick question or is it like a straightforward question?
Straightforward, none tricky about this. What is the diameter of this semicircle? What is the diameter of the semicircle? What did y'all put for the diameter? What did y'all put?
4.
4?
The diameter is 8
meters.
I put 8
I
centimeters.
mean,
16.
16?
8, sorry. 8.
16? 8?
No. 8.
Remember now, the diameter is going to be the length from what?
8.
The length from end to end, right? So 8 is the whole thing. So that means that the diameter of the semicircle has to be what?
8
has to be,
centimeters.
it has to be 8 meters. 8 meters. Does that make sense? Because it's the length of the whole thing. All right. Write this down for me, please. Make sure I write this down. Barry, you understand that first part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Christian, you understand this first part? Christian, Clunas, you understand this first part? Donica Martin, you understand this so far?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Dior? Dior, you understand this so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Elcha Store, do you understand this so far?
Yes, sir.
So the diameter, Isaiah, do you understand this so far? Isaiah? Where's Isaiah Brown? Isaiah, can you hear me? Where's Isaiah? Okay, so we know that the diameter is 8 meters, right? That's the diameter is 8 meters. And so that's the first part. The next thing that they want us to figure out is, say, okay, you know what the diameter is. Let's see what else you know, right? They want us to write down, we already know what the diameter is. So the next question is, what is going to be the radius of this semicircle? Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. What's the radius of this semicircle? So what's going to be the radius? Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. What's going to be the radius of this semicircle? What's going to be the radius of the semicircle? Alexander, are you right? Are you writing this down?
Yeah, yeah.
Cordell Pratt, are you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Ray Hall, are you writing this down? Where's Ray? Okay. Carrington Hopkins. Carrington.
Yes, sir.
You understand how I got 8 for the first one?
Yes, sir.
What do you think the radius is gonna be?
I think it's gonna be 4.
I think it's gonna be 4. Class, is he correct?
No.
Yes, sir. The radius is half.
This is 4 meters.
4 meters.
I think 8 meters.
All right, so 8 meters divided by what?
2.
Divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2, and that's gonna be what?
4.
4 meters. So the diameter is 4.
4 meters.
And the radius is 4, but the diameter is 2. So that's how we got that. Okay, now let's move on to the next part of this question. They want us to figure out, they said write down the length of the curved portion. So this is a good question. I actually like this one. I want to put it inside the chat. I want you to put your hand inside the chat. This is a good one. So then we already know what the diameter is. We already know what the radius is. I want you to write down the length of the curved portion. Write down the length of the curved portion. Using pi as 3.14. Write down the length of the curved portion. Now, what is the length of the curved portion? Let me highlight that for you. Length of the curved portion is just this part. So what is the length of this curved portion? Just this part that I have highlighted is going to be. What's the length of this curved portion? Yeah. Okay. Write down the length of the curved portion.
Mr. Petit, I don't understand that.
You don't understand? Who said they don't understand that?
I don't understand.
Patrick.
Patrick, you don't understand?
I don't.
You don't
No,
understand?
sir, not really.
No? Well, try. Give it a guess.
It's a
Give it a guess.
Mr. Petty, is mine correct?
Sashanique. Let me
could check.
see. Let me see.
Mine too, sir.
More times.
You take mine as well, please.
How you get that?
Isn't the curved portion the circumference, Mr. Petty?
I don't know.
It's Mr. Petit.
Mr. Petit is mine, right?
Samaya?
Yeah, so.
12.56. Yeah, that's correct.
This is Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
Is that curved portion the circumference?
I don't know. I don't know, Kanan the Great.
But you was a teacher.
I have no idea. I give you a chance to try it.
I don't understand.
You don't understand? All right. Who wanna try? Who wanna try? Trayvon, I can't let you try because your mic, I can't hear you in the mic.
Mr. Petit is mine, right?
Shakira, no.
Mr. Petit, I almost had it. I was doing the work again, but I had enough.
Yeah, you can put yours in chat. Shashanik, no.
Mr. Petit, would this be
Yes.
the same thing that we was doing from before?
We just want the length of the curve portion. Okay. So remember what I said? Yes, yours is correct, Trevon. Remember what I said? Remember what I told y'all? I said, if we have a semicircle, I said this specifically. So if we have a semicircle, this portion, the red portion, that is equal to pi r. Right? The curved portion is equal to pi r. The part at the bottom is what? It's 2r. It's 2r, right? So combine them together, and you get the length of and you get the full circumference. But the question but the question does not want the full circumference. They don't want you to include 8. They don't want that part. They don't want this line, right? All they want is the length of what? The red part. Pi r.
I got it now, Mr. Petit.
Got it now?
Sure.
Got it now? They just want
3.4.
Yes, that's correct. They just want the length of the red part, which is pi times r. So the length of just the curved portion, and this is very important, if you just want the length of the curved portion of a semicircle, you just need to do pi times r. So let's do that. So we just want the length of the curved portion, right? So it's gonna be what? Pi r. So it's gonna be insert pi. What is pi? Pi is 3.14. Pi times r. We already know what r is, right? R is the what? What is r? R is the
Radius.
radius. So it's gonna be
Radius.
yes, it's gonna be equal to.
For the diameter.
So very good, half of diameter. So it's gonna be what? 3.14.
Times 4.
3.14. Very good.
And 4.
Multiplied by 4.
4.
Why are we using 4?
Because 8 divided into 2 is 4.
Because 4 is the
Radius.
4 is the radius. So it's gonna be 3.14. 3.14 multiplied by 4. So we have 4 times 4 is what?
16.
16. Put the 6 down. Put the 1 up. 4 times 1 is
4.
4 plus 1 is
5.
5. 4 times 3 is
12.
12. So it's gonna be 12.1.
56.
12.56. 12.56 meters. 12.56 meters. All right. Who do not understand how I got that? Do not.
Me, I don't understand.
Don't.
I don't.
Do not. Do not.
How did you get the 4?
Me too, Mr. Medina. I don't understand how you get that 4.
I don't understand either.
Don't understand? Okay, good. Anyone else who do not understand?
This is Mr. Petit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this at all.
So while we doing the
Petit, I still lost.
Still lost?
meter,
Say it again, Kanan.
while we doing the working, do we have to put meter, or we only have to, or we can only do it for the answer?
Only put it for the end. You don't need to do it during. All right?
So
You understand?
You got the 4.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
So when you're doing the whole thing,
Yes.
it's pi times r plus 2 times r.
Yes.
And then for the curved portion alone, it is pi r times r.
Just pi r. That's it.
Okay.
That's all. So here, we just want the length of the curved portion. So that's very important. We just want the length of the curved portion. So if we just want length of the curved portion, then we only need to do pi r. Right? That's the length of the curved portion. So we do not include, like in our last time, we do pi r plus 2r. You don't need the plus 2r, like you don't need the radius. I mean, you don't need the diameter. We don't want that. We just want, so go ahead.
So basically we're doing like half of what we would generally do?
Exactly. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do not want this part. We just want the length of the yellow. We don't want the length of this part as well. So since that's the case, we're just gonna say pi times r. What is pi? Pi is 3.14. Someone asked me, where did I get the 4 from? Well, I get the 4 because remember, 4 is the radius. What is the radius? The radius is half of 8.
Half of it.
Half of 8, okay? So it's gonna be 3.14 multiplied by 4 because 4 is half of 8. And then once I multiply the 2, I get 12.56. Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. Do that for me right now. Take a picture of this and send it via WhatsApp. Who still does not understand how I got this? Who still don't understand how I got my answers?
I understand now.
Understand now?
Me.
Who still do not understand?
I understand it, but I don't fully get it.
You won't fully get it, okay. Zion, Neely.
Mr. Petit, once I get used to it, I'll understand.
Once you get used to it. So I need to do another example then.
Mr. Petit,
sir.
can I
Yes,
be
sir.
excused, please?
For the help.
Okay, I'm gonna do another example. Go ahead. Someone have a question for me?
May I be excused, please?
Yes, quickly. Okay. Who still don't understand how I got this? Let me know, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
May I use the restroom, please?
Yes, you can, quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and do another example. Nika, very neat work. Aiden Richie, have you sent the picture of this to me?
Thank you.
No, sir.
I need you to send a picture of it to me, please.
Of like my book.
Yes, audiobook.
Oh.
Christina, that's Christina. Christina Scrawn. I think that's the last name. Where's Christina? Oh, Christina, what are you on now? Your mic is muted. What are you on now? Which number? 4. Okay. Do you have any questions for me, Christina? Based on it? No, you don't have no questions. Okay. Deshay, where's Deshay? Deshay, are you there? Where's Deshay?
Yes, I'm here.
Have you sent in the work yet for this example?
I'm going to send it now.
Yeah, I need you all to send in the work.
Mr. Petit, just send the work to you.
Just send this example. Who's that asking that question?
I would actually get the next quiz.
No, we don't have time for another quiz.
Okay.
We don't have time. I don't think we have enough time for another quiz. But we will have a quiz on this tomorrow, but not today. Lavender Johnson, have you sent in the work? Lavender Johnson, have you sent in the work?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, do we have classes on Saturdays and Sundays?
We don't know class on Saturday. Tania. Where's Tania?
Anaya?
Tanaya, yes. Tanaya, have you sent in your work yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Wyatt, have you sent in your work? Where's Wyatt?
No, sir.
So what are you waiting on?
I can't send it. Remember, my front camera is not working.
So your daddy, oh, you have to wait until your daddy. Okay. When your daddy arrives, make sure you send in the work for me. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
And Vincent and Malicio, have y'all sent in the work yet?
Mr. Petit, and this the first quiz that we do the first time?
That was the first quiz. Vincent and Malicio, that was the first quiz, yeah.
All right. So I did it again or no?
What you got on it?
I can send the work in right now.
I think I got a 16.
Okay, that's good. Vincent and Malicio, take a picture of your work and send it to me. All right, let's go ahead and do another example of this. Because I think y'all might you could be able to use a good example, another good example. We're gonna call this example number 5. This might be our last example, who knows? Example number 5. Write this down for me, please. And make sure draw the image. Again, write this down and make sure draw the image properly in your book.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
Can you please go back to the slide which you was on?
Okay. So this is the slide I was on. What, you need to take a picture of it?
Yes. I already took a picture of it. Thank you.
No problem. So all right, so the same thing, the diagram represents a window. Let's say we have, I can use the same image. And let's say we have inside of here, let's say we have let's say we have 6 meters.
Mr. Petit, I'll be right back. I have to go get my charger.
No problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You sound so much like Legacy. All right, so put inside the chat what you think is going to be the semicircle, the diameter of the the diameter of the semicircle. Put this inside the chat for me, please. What you think is going to be the diameter of the semicircle? Okay. Again, put this inside put your hands inside the chat, please. What is going to be the diameter of this semicircle? Nika Rule, do you know? Don't tell me, but I don't know if you think you know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. El Cardo, do you think you know?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Felia Cooper? You think you know? Felia Cooper, do you think you know? Where's Felia? Felia Cooper, can you hear me? Where's Felia? I can't hear from Felia. Freddie, where's Freddie? Freddie, can you hear me? Okay. Where's Freddie? Freddie, can you hear me? Can't hear from here, Freddie. Harmony, do you know the answer for this? Where's Harmony? Can't really hear from Harmony. How about Jaden? Jaden Seymour? Jaden, your mic is not working properly. Kendra Clark? Where's Kendra Clark?
I'm here.
Okay, so what is going to be the diameter of the semicircle? Kendra Clark, what is the diameter of the semicircle?
I'm not really
6
sure.
meters.
Kendra, you're not sure, Kendra?
No, sir.
Were you here for our previous example?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
Can I try?
No, I wanted to answer. So, Kendra? Where's Kendra?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, the diameter is going to be the length of this line segment from end to end. The full length of it. That's the diameter. Okay. So, we know that 6 spans from this length to this length. So what's the obvious answer to the diameter? Go ahead. What's the obvious answer?
6.
Go ahead, Kendra.
6.
6. 6 what?
6 meters.
6 meters. Good. Are you writing this down, Kendra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So 6
Excuse me,
meters.
Mr. Petit, can I be excused? I have to dash somewhere.
No problem. So it's going to be 6 meters. All right. The rest of y'all understand that, right? That's pretty simple. All right. Next, what do we want? We want to figure out, this is gonna be B. We want to write down the radius. And put your answer inside the chat for me, please. What do you think the radius of this semicircle is going to be? So we want the radius of the semicircle. So write down the radius of the semicircle. Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. So you want the radius of this semicircle. We already know the radius is 6. What is the we already know the diameter is 6 meters. So what is the radius? Let me check the chart and see.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, can I say the answer?
Who's that speaking?
Harmony.
Harmony? Yes. What's the radius?
3.
3 meters, right?
So.
How did you get 3 meters?
Mr. Petit, I think I know why.
How do we get 3 meters?
Because 3 is half.
She divide 6 by
divide
2.
2.
Yes.
Because 6 divided by 2 equals 3.
Very good. So we divide, right? So it's gonna be 6 meters divided by 2. So 6 meters divided by 2. And 6 divided by 2 is what?
3.
3. So it's gonna be 3 meters. All right, now we already know what the radius is. We already know what the diameter is. Now we need to figure out what is the length of the curved portion. Put your answer inside the chart, please. What is gonna be the length of the curved portion? Put your answer inside the chart for me, please. What do you think is gonna be the length of the curved portion using pi as 3.14?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, what's the bottom part? What's the bottom part?
The bottom
Because
part?
I had 5 and 3.
Say it again.
If I had 5 and for the bottom piece, I was wondering if you have.
Say it again. Say it again. I can't hear you.
I was asking if any, what's the bottom, like the number for the bottom, because I don't see you have it. Don't have any.
Oh, on the side, on the side, on the side, on the side. That's true, on the side. Let's say the side is. So write down the length of the curved portion. So put your answer inside the chat for me, please. The length of the curved portion. Thank you, Felia. Thank you, Condoleezza. Thank you, Sherelle. Thank you, Tiffany, Condoleezza, Alvin, Aaliyah, Aikisha. A lot of people put it inside the chat. Kendra. All right. On 3, what did y'all get? 1, 2, 3. Let me hear y'all answer.
9.42 meters.
9.42 meters.
Oh, what is that?
9.42 meters.
9.42 meters. Okay, that's what everyone get, or someone
12,
got something
12
different?
point.
Hey,
What y'all
I got that.
Anyone got something different?
9.42 meters, right?
Yeah.
Nah.
Anyone?
9.42 meters.
That's what I get.
I'm a photo. Anyone got anything different?
I got 20.4.
20.4.
I got 12.56.
12.56.
I
All right.
got 25.12.
25.12. Way to be different. Let's go. Way to be different. Dare to be different. Don't go follow the crowd. All right. So what's the formula now? What do they want?
The formula for the curved portion.
They want the curved portion, just the curved portion of the semicircle.
The length.
The length of the curved portion, the side. And so that means that if we want the length of the curved portion, the formula that we're going to use for just this length, the length of this curved portion now, what I have in yellow, that length, the formula for it, defining that length is going to be, anyone remember the formula?
pi times the radius.
Pi times the radius.
Pi times the radius. So it's gonna be pi. It's gonna be pi multiplied by the radius, which is r. That is how you find the length of the curved portion. Now they already tell us what pi is, and we already know what the radius is. So all we gotta do is multiply at this point. So it's gonna be pi times r. Gonna be equal to pi is what?
3.14.
3.14 times r, which is what?
3.
The radius is what? 3 meters. We already discussed that. 3 meters.
3 meters.
3 meters. And so what we have here is we have 3.14 multiplied by 3. So 3.14 multiplied by 3. And that's going to be 3 times 4, which is what? 12. Put the 2 down, put the 1 up. 3 times 1, which is 3, plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 3, which is going to be what?
9.
9. So it's going to be 9.42. Anyone got 9.42? Let me have. If you got 9.42.
I
did.
I did.
I got it.
It's going to be 9.42 meters. 9. Very good. 9.42. 9.42 meters. All right. Put I inside the chat if you understand what I did to get this answer. Again, put I inside the chat if you understand what I did to get this answer. Put N if you do not understand. Put N if you do not understand, but put I if you do. Put I if you do. Put N if you do not understand. All right. I if you do, and put N if you do not understand. Please let me know if you understand or don't understand. All right. I see a lot of I's in there, so that's good. I think only Ray said she did not understand. Ray, are you there? Ray Hall, are you there? Where's Ray? Where's Ray Hall? Ray Hall, can you hear me? Oh, by the way, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. Ray, yes, yes, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Which part don't you understand? The first one, second one, third one, or all? Say it again, Ray. Say it again. I can't hear you at all. I was saying, which part don't you understand? The first one, the second one, or all?
Yes, sir.
Say it again.
Yes.
Part A, B, C, or D? Or part A, B, or C? Say it again. Why don't you type in the chat, because I can't hear you, Ray. Which part don't you want us to explain? Part A, B, or C? All right. So the trick here is you only want to figure out, she said part X, part C, okay. Or just part C. Okay, so for part C, what we did it for part C, Ray, is what we did. We took pi, because pi is 3.14, and we multiplied by r, because they just want the length of this curved portion that's in yellow. All right, they just want that length. And so we don't have to do pi r plus 2r. That's only for when we're doing the length of the full semicircle. But we just want pi r, and pi r is going to be just the length of the curved portion. And so we have pi r, so it's going to be pi, which is 3.14 times 3. And so we say And so we say 3.14 multiplied by 3, and that gives us 9.42. And so that's how we're able to answer this question. Okay? All right, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I have a question to ask. What do we do with the 5?
The 5? That's a
Yes, sir.
very good question. That's a very good question. What do we do with the 5? The 5 don't come into play until later in our we could do it tomorrow. The 5 that you have to use the 5. Okay, now this one, do not answer this in your book. You don't have to write this one down. Just answer it inside the chat. Just tell me what you think the answer is. Okay. Do not answer it in the chat. Just tell me what you think the answer is. All right. Again, don't answer this inside the chat. Just answer this inside of your just answer this inside of your book. I mean, don't answer it in your book. Just answer it in the chat for me. So let's say that we have just answer this inside of your book. So that we have this guy. So we have this guy. All right. Let's say that we know that this here is 20 centimeters. I want to know what is going to be the length of the curved portion for A, and what is going to be the length of the curved portion for B. I just want the curved portion, and I want the full thing. I want the full thing. So tell me what is it going to be for A. Tell me what's going to be for B, right? And put inside the chat. And then tell me what's going to be the full thing, like the full circumference, the whole thing, right? So the whole curved portion, right? So that's going to be C. Y'all understand? So I want what is going to be this length, right? What's going to be this length? I want what is going to be this length. I also want to know what is going to be this length. Let me call that, let me use a different color. I also want to know what is going to be this length. And then once you find the length of both, then let's call this one B. Then once you find the length of them both, then I want the length of the full thing. Call it C. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. Again, put your hands inside the chat. What's going to be the length of C? What's going to be the length of A? It's going to be the length of B. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. Again, put your hands inside the chat. I see someone say 20 centimeters. Someone say A is 20, B is 10, C is 31.4. Interesting. Cameron put his answer, A, B, C. Okay. All right. Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. What's going to be the length of A? What's going to be the length of B? And what's going to be the length of the full thing altogether? What's going to be the length of A? What's going to be the length of B? It's gonna be doing the full thing together. Samaya, I see your work. What's gonna be the length of A? What's gonna be the length of B? What's gonna be the length of them in total? All right. Destin Gilbert, are you working this out? Where's Destin?
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
Percy, when you said what's gonna be the length for everything together, you mean an A and B or the whole diagram itself?
Just A and B put together.
Okay.
Just A and B put together. All right, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock already? It can't be 8 o'clock. All right, would you all have for, wait, let me check the time. Oh, wow, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, so let's quickly go it. Would you all have for A? Would you all have for A?
I have 3.28.
First of all, what is the diameter? What is the diameter? What is the diameter?
The diameter is 20.
Diameter is 20. What's the radius?
10.
10.
The radius is 10. We're using pi as 3.14, right?
Yes.
So pi is equal to 3.14. And so this is gonna be, A is gonna be what? Pi times R. What is pi times R? That's gonna be what?
3.14.
3.14.
31.4.
Times what? Times what? What is R?
Times
Times 10. Yeah, times 10. Which is gonna be equal to what?
31.4.
31.40.
0.44.
Very good, 31.4. Next. How about this one?
Same thing.
It's gonna be the same thing, right?
Same thing.
Same thing.
I get same thing.
31.4. And what's gonna be the sum of them?
62.8.
62.8 centimeters.
31.4 plus
62.8.
31.4
62.80.
is equal to what? Would y'all get?
62.8 centimeters.
62.8 centimeters.
Yeah, 62.8 centimeters. How many persons got this? Correct? Let me know, please.
I did.
I did.
All right, very good. This is 62.8 meters.
Mr. Petit, you said 0 doesn't matter, right?
At the back of the decimal point.
Okay.
No, at the back of the decimal point, it doesn't matter. At the back of the decimal point. Okay.
You forget to put the centimeters.
I put meters in. Thank you. Okay, good. All right. If you think you understand this topic, put I inside the chat. If you do not, put N. What we're gonna do is
the last one. The same last.
the same last one. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. We're gonna revisit this tomorrow. Tomorrow is the quiz, so this is just the introduction to it.
Okay.
And tomorrow we're gonna go deeper into it. Miss Cassie, this one was easy. Harmony says, I don't understand. All right.
Excuse me, see what we have next.
Take a picture of this and send to me via WhatsApp again. Take a picture of this and send to me via WhatsApp. We are currently gonna have health science and general science. If you are doing,
write this in your book. You just say answer it.
I see. Okay, I see. Okay.
Mr. Lee, you said all right.
Okay. Okay, that's no problem.
Bye, Mr. Petit. Thank you for class.
All right, so
So
we're gonna have health and general. If you are doing health science or general science, if you are doing health science or general science, if you are doing health science or general science, if you are doing health science or general science, please stay back. For those who are doing health science and general science, stay back.
Good night, Mr.
Mr.
Petit.
Mr.
Petit. The ones who ain't could believe.
I don't only help. No. I at least focus on
health science and general science, stay back. Health science and general science, stay back.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Excuse me, Miss Petit. I'm not sure if you saw my mom message, but
I'm leaving early tonight.
What's your name?
Yalisha.
Yalisha? So how come I couldn't hear you all class, but when it's time to leave, I could hear you?
I was on here.
I know you was here, but I said I didn't hear you. You didn't answer no questions or nothing. When it's time to leave, you know exactly what time to leave.
Good night.
Please, you have to be interactive from Yalisha. You hear me?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes, sir.
All right, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Those of us who are doing health science and general science, we stay back. All right?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
When will you be doing social studies?
Social studies is on Thursday.
All right.
And it's not all right. It's either yes or no, so.
Oh.
Good. All right, let's move on to health science. All right, so let's begin. The last time we did in health science was what? He's looking at deficiency diseases, right? And we was talking about the goiter. Anyone remember what do we mean by goiter?
That is the deficiency disease that is the result of lack of minerals. Iodine.
Lack of the mineral iodine. Where could we find iodine?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I sent you my work.
Okay, you could go.
Fish, shellfish,
Okay, no problem.
shrimp, cod, tuna,
Uh-huh.
seaweed.
Seaweed. So those are good sources of what? Iodine. Now, today subject is health science. Write this down for me, please.
Iodized salt and what?
Iodized salt, yes. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at, we're still looking at the deficiency diseases. Probably maybe our final installation of it.
Mr. Petit, is it like a certain time that I have to come back on for general science, or like is health science and general science combined in a way?
You stay for it. Because after this, after this is health. After this is general. So you stay for until it's time for general.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Miss Petit,
Uh-huh.
I sent something inside the chat.
Okay. No, but I know I saw it. Someone is speaking, but I can't hear you because you're speaking so low. What you're saying?
Miss Petit,
Uh-huh.
saying that I'm about to die soon.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw your message. I saw it.
Hey, Mr. Petit, what time are you doing general science? Because I have to step out for a bit.
Why do you have to step out?
Want to get dinner, but
Okay.
but what time are you doing it?
8:30.
8:30? Okay. Because I was the one I was taking over health.
You're the one who?
I was taking general rather than health.
Yeah, I understand that.
All right.
Okay, good.
I'll return.
Yes, return for 8:30.
Do I have permission to leave?
Yes, you could go, Ray. Okay, so no problem.
Bye, Mr. Petit.
All right, take care. All right, so with the last time we did what all three we did? I think we did like 3. What all 3 did we did for health?
We did rickets.
Rickets. What else? We just did rickets.
The gout and the scurvy.
Rickets and
scurvy.
rickets. We did scurvy as well?
Yeah.
We did scurvy and
Goiter. Goiter?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so thank you.
Big plump neck looking thing.
Exactly. What organ is affected? Or gland, I should say.
The thyroid gland.
The thyroid gland, yeah, the thyroid gland. So deficiency. diseases.
Mr. Petit, part 3, because we already had part 2 last class.
Say it again. What you said?
I need to finish part 3.
I wish I could hear you. I really
He's
wish I could
saying
hear
this
you.
part 3.
Oh, part 3. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. Let me.
Something going on with your screen.
Yeah. Okay. You should be able to see it now. Nico rule. Where's Nico rule?
Yes, sir.
For if you have goiter, what mineral do you lack?
I'm not doing health science, Mr. Petit.
You're not doing health?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm doing general.
Okay. Alex, where's Alex?
I'm not doing health either.
You're doing general too? And Alexia
Yes, sir.
Brown? Where's Alexia?
Hello? Oh,
Yeah. Alexia Brown? I can't have from Alexia. Andrea?
Oh no, so I was checking my mic because something that happened to it.
Yeah, I'm asking if you have goiter, what
It's a lack of iodine.
a lack of iodine.
Iodine, my bad.
That's no problem. Okay, good. And Aiden, where's Aiden?
Yes, sir.
Aiden, for
Yes, sir.
vitamin C, where can we find vitamin C? What minerals can we find vitamin C in?
I can't see the screen.
No, I don't have it on the screen. I don't have it on the screen.
Mineral?
Not mineral. What sources can we find vitamin C in?
Oranges.
Okay, oranges. What else?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? Anyone else want to help him? Vitamin C. What else can we
Yes,
find?
sir. Citruses such as oranges, grapefruit, lemon, lime,
Berries.
strawberry, kiwi.
So
Mr. Petit, I can't see your screen.
I guess there's any citrus stuff, I guess.
Yeah, any citrus citrus fruits, anything like lemon,
grapefruit.
Yes, grapefruit. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about
Mr. Petit,
uh-huh.
I can't see your screen.
Yeah, I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing at this point.
Okay.
I can see the screen.
It just should be paused onto one thing. Okay, so let's go. So we'll be looking at so we're gonna be looking at this particular deficiency disease. KA. Anyone know how to pronounce this? Wait, let me make sure I get the right spelling.
Kwashioka.
Say it again.
Kwashioka.
There is a misspelling. Let me get the right spelling.
AWAS.
It's AS.
H.
Yeah.
ICOR.
Okay. So this is how you spell it. Like this. Good. Now we can pronounce it. Anyone know how to pronounce this?
Kwashioka.
Kwashioka. Okay. What is this? What deficiency disease is
The
this?
swollen of the belly. Swollen of the belly.
Swollen the belly. Like what causes it?
Lack of
Proteins.
Someone said it.
lack of protein.
Yeah.
It's
So
a type of malnutrition.
yeah. So this disease is a result of the lack of protein in the diet. What is protein essential for? Protein is essential.
Energy for the body.
Not energy.
Muscles,
For building
strong bones.
and
Yeah,
repairing.
strong bones.
Building and repairing
Wounds.
tissues. So if you want to build muscle, protein, if you want to avoid kwashiorkor, then it's important that you get enough protein when you are young. So it typically affects the younger ones. But what is actually like the symptoms? So this deficiency disease is categorized by what is swollen?
The liver.
The liver is swollen. Very good. So it's categorized by swelling, irritability, and enlarged liver. So the liver is big, so it look like you pregnant in a way. All right. So that's kwashiorkor. So what is needed in order to avoid kwashiorkor? What you need?
Protein.
You need protein in the diet, right?
Like legumes?
We can talk about the sources right now. So what deficiency disease would you say that this young boy has?
Kwashiorkor.
Kwashiorkor, right? Not a good sight, right? So sources of protein. So let's talk about where can you get your protein from. So you get your protein from two sources. Let's start with animal sources of protein. Animal sources of protein.
Red meat?
Yes, include red meat. What else?
Eggs.
Like fish be one or something?
Fish, turkey, chicken. What else?
I always eat chicken.
What else? Say it again. Basically any type of meat in general. Turkey, any type of meat that you could think of in general. Etc. Plant sources of protein
Legumes.
include legumes, beans, grouper. Yeah, grouper part of fish category. Legumes, beans.
I see okra.
Okra? No, not okra. So how about
Kidney beans, black beans.
kidney beans, black beans, all those beans. How about quinoa? Anyone ever familiar with quinoa?
Yes,
Quinoa. Quinoa. You know it's
what?
quinoa. Let me show you a picture. Anyone know what quinoa is? Y'all should know what quinoa is.
No,
Oh,
sir.
Y'all don't know what quinoa is?
I don't think I'm familiar with the word.
Quinoa tastes so good. It's sort of like rice, but
I know what it is.
you know what it is? You ever had it before?
Yes, sir. It tastes good.
Tastes good. Tastes really good.
Right.
So
Is it brown, Mr. Petit?
it is brown. Yeah. It is
Is
brown.
it
Can y'all see my screen?
Is it Olga?
I can see
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir.
sentence, but not the picture.
Yeah, I can't see the pictures. Okay. It's sort of like
Mr. Petit, you mean the thing that smell bad but it tastes good?
no. Quinoa tastes good in general. They could put it. It's sort of like rice. It looked like rice. So this is quinoa right there. It looked like rice, but
That look like oatmeal.
like oatmeal. Okay, this has protein in it, and they just put it in a lot of stuff. So
I think
like
I tasted it before.
like you could put it in your salad. You can make it with, like, for example, like this. So you could have it in that, like that. Or you could just make it the main thing. So it's sort of like a substitute for rice, like a rice substitute.
Like quinoa and chicken or like.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mr.
this is,
Petit, they just put that on lobster a lot.
they put this on lobster a lot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know I was eating that. I just thought it was like some type of seasoning.
Okay, so this is quinoa, but it's like Mexican sort of it's sort of like
rice.
so it look like, yeah, look like a Mexican. It's actually a Mexican spice vegetable quinoa. So it looked like fried rice for real. As it looked like. So it's a substitute for that. Quinoa, what else? Nuts. So any type of nuts. Also soybean. As also, so when you say nuts, we also talking about cashews. Anyone know what cashews is? Cashews, almonds.
I know what it is.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Pistachios.
You know, pistachios, all the nuts, peanuts, peanut butter.
Mr.
Right.
Petit, the nuts, soybean, and cashew and almond and peanuts are a part of legume.
They're not legumes. Legumes are more
But
like,
soybean is though.
yeah, soybean is
Tofu, Mr. Petit.
tofu is, yeah, tofu. Tofu, chickpea. Yeah,
It's a Chinese dish.
etc. All right. So those are plant sources of protein. All right. So who would typically be eating plant sources of protein the most?
Herbivores or vegetarian. Vegetarian.
Yeah, vegetarians or vegans, they would be eating more plant sources.
I feel like
But see, a pescatarian is only fish.
Yeah, pescatarian is only fish, right?
I think the bacon or trying to eat more fish because
Like
everything they have
pasta.
in the food is vegetables.
So yeah, they also, not only vegetables, they also take part in the fruits, greens, and then you also have vegetables and nuts. Those are, if you are part of a vegan diet, that's what you would eat. And animal sources, they're the traditional ones, the red meat, the fish, the turkey, the chicken, and stuff. Okay, so that's kwashiorkor. All right. The next one is going to be night blindness. Night blindness. Now, would you think night blindness is caused by?
Can't see in the night.
Can't see in the night, but what do you think is caused by? A lack of what? Which vitamin?
Like carrots, vitamin
D.
Not D. No.
Vitamin C. Vitamin.
I surprised. What vitamin? What vitamin is good for
Vitamin
your
A.
eyes? What vitamin is good for your eyes?
Vitamin K.
What? No.
Vitamin A.
Vitamin A.
I say vitamin A.
Vitamin A. Thank you. All right. So, vitamin A is essential for vision, right? So, this is the results of a lack of vitamin A. Vitamin A is helpful or is important for vision. That means for seeing, so you needed to be able to see. For vision, for immune function, so it helps with your immune system. So for vision, for immune function, and also for your skin, and also skin health as well. So the vitamin A. So where can we get vitamin A from?
Lock instead of a lock.
This is the result of
Instead of off. Yeah.
Of a lot. Thank you. Of vitamin D. Vitamin A, sorry, is important for vision, improved nutrition, and also skin health. Where can we find vitamin A from?
Carrots.
So sources of vitamin A would be the carrot. What else? Do you know that sweet potato is also good for vitamin A? You didn't know that?
Yes, sir.
Sweet
I
potato.
thought it was carrot.
No, sweet potato as well. Do you know that anything that has that? Do you know like you know the Popeye's color? You all know that the Popeye's color, right? That orange, that bright
Red,
orange.
orange.
Yeah, that once that is like that is a good indicator that the food have vitamin A. So like carrots, sweet potato, they have beta carotene, and beta carotene is essentially of vitamin A, and so that's why carrots have it, sweet potato have it, also spinach and liver.
What about pumpkin?
Pumpkin and squash. So I didn't even thought about that.
I like liver.
You like liver? Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. It didn't feel weird, like you actually
Yes,
eating
sir.
the liver? Like it doesn't feel weird?
Y'all actually eating the
chicken, right?
Y'all actually eating the cow, right?
Well, I don't eat meat, so.
What?
No, I'm a vegan. So vitamin A would include carrots, sweet potato. What else? Say it again. Spinach.
Okay, and salmon of vitamin A sources too, right?
Say it again.
Salmon.
Salmon? I don't know about salmon. I'm not sure about salmon. So sweet potato, carrots, spinach, and liver. Those are sources of vitamin A, right? Okay. So write this down for me, please. Where is Elcado? Elcado, are you there? That's Elcado. Elcado, are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Batiga, I was just using the restroom.
Okay, are you writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The last one that we're gonna be looking at would be the B vitamins. So
Anemia.
the B vitamins. So basically when you have berry, let me just show you how to look. It's it affects the cardiovascular system and also the nervous system. That's when you lack vitamin B1. All right. So let's look at that one. Berry. So this is the result of a lack of vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 is also called thiamine, right? So thiamine. And this affects the nervous system, which affects the nervous system as well as the cardiovascular system. So when you have beriberi, your nervous system is impacted. And let me just show you a picture of someone who
It's
has.
like an autoimmune disease, Mr. Petit.
I can show you right now. You can see. You can see right now. So if you look at this person, they have beriberi, and as you can see, confusion in the head, weakness, right? Loss of tendon reflexes, painfully tender muscles, right? Inability to speak. They're just out of whack, you know, then and just their body's not functioning properly. All right. So you need thiamine, or you need to B vitamins for that. So sources of vitamin B include you can get it from fortified cereals. Anyone else like cereals?
Like Cheerios.
Yeah, whole grains.
Cheerios, Petit.
I'm not sure if Cheerios have it. More than likely they have it. More than likely they have it. But certain fortified cereals have it. Meat, fish, and fortified cereals. Then there's a deficiency of vitamin K. If you have vitamin K deficiency, then your blood would not clot properly. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're only gonna deal with these three. And that's
The
it.
egg yolk too, Mr. Petit.
Egg yolk for vitamin B?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that. I don't know that.
That's why some bodybuilders like eat the raw ones.
Yeah, but that have a lot of cholesterol though. Like you
But like
drinking.
there's like some like eggs are like you can eat them raw, like them Chinese eggs like that like you can eat them raw and won't get like salmonella or anything.
I mean, it still doesn't take away from the fact that that thing is literally a walking cholesterol machine.
But I should eat Cheerios, they have cholesterol.
No, I mean the egg yolk.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of cholesterol. You
Yeah,
may
there's
have
a-
like a high something.
That is a lot of cholesterol. It's literally drinking that down. That's insane. Okay, Isaiah. Where's Isaiah? Isaiah Brown, can you hear me? Where's Isaiah? Can you hear me? I need you to speak into the mic. Isaiah Brown. Can't hear from Isaiah. Sharice and Sharon Gator, are y'all there? Sharice and Sharon Gator. Okay. Sharice, can you hear me? Where's Sharice? I can't hear from Sharice. Sharon, Gator, can you hear me? Okay. What happened to your mic? You sound muffled.
Water gone on it.
Oh, water gone in it. Okay, tell me, what is if I lack protein, what I'm gonna get? What deficiency disease?
I'm not in health science.
You're not in health science? Okay. Who is in health science?
I am.
Get
I
close
am.
to get
I am. Me.
Okay.
Kwashiorkor.
Okay, good. If I lack protein, what deficiency disease would I get?
Kwashiorkor.
Kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor, very good. If I lack vitamin A, what would I get?
Night blindness.
Night blindness.
Night blindness. If I lack vitamin B1, what deficiency disease would I get?
Beriberi.
Beriberi. Very
Very,
good.
very.
Beriberi. All right. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. And then we're gonna move on to general science. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. And then we could transition over to general science. How many persons are finished with this?
Right now.
How many persons are finished with writing this down?
I am.
I'm done.
That's good. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I sent it.
Okay, that's good. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, Miss Petit.
All right, we're gonna move on to general science. So if you're doing general science, then
Mr. Petit.
let's go.
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I doing on Lee Health.
This Elgato.
Yes.
I'm not doing general science. My mom told you that?
No, she never told me that.
Well, she just went to the shop. She's coming back. After she come back, I'm gonna let her know and then see what she says.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. So if you're doing general science, please stay back.
Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I doing on Lee Health, not general.
That's Xavier Cooper.
Yes, sir.
All right, no problem. All right, so let's quickly start with general science. So for general science, we did arthropods last week. And we said that arthropods is the biggest, most animals in the world fall under arthropods. That's the biggest phyla. There's no other phyla in the world that's bigger than that, right? So today is Tuesday, the 1st of October, 2024. The subject is, of course, general science. Today we're going to be looking at we don't have time to do echinoderms and mollusks. Echinoderms and mollusks. So let's talk about them for a while.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, did we do myriapods yet?
Yes, we did. That's when we did looking at arthropods. Myriapods are centipede, the millipedes, right? So the topic is
Screen looking things all over the place.
echinoderms and mollusks. Echinoderms and mollusks. So some people spell mollusks with the KS. Some people just spell it with the C. The C with the CS. I prefer with the KS. So I'm going to put two images on the screen. You're going to tell me which one is an echinoderm and which one is a mollusk. Again, head up for me. We're dealing with echinoderms and mollusks. Where's Aiden? Aiden, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you writing this down?
Yes, reach on.
Say it again.
I just reach on.
I said, are you writing this down? Are you writing this down?
No, sir, because I just reach on.
Are you gonna write it down?
Mr. Petit, give him 5 minutes. They just pull up. He going inside the house right now. He's on
Oh.
the road.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
All right, so you're gonna tell me which one is echinoderm and which one is mollusks. Okay, so all right, so let me show you them. All right, so which one is an echinoderm? Which one is a mollusk? Y'all can see my screen? Or no?
No.
No?
I can't see the pictures.
You
I
can't,
can't see it either. I can't see it.
you can't see it? Okay.
Me neither.
The screen block.
It's a block? Okay. How about now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I know.
which one is the echinoderm? Which one is a mollusk?
The starfish is the
Starfish.
echinoderm,
A
and the pearl and the crab is the
It's
mollusk.
So, all right, so let's do this one at a time.
B is the mollusk and A is the
Let's do this one at a time. If you think that A is a mollusks or A is a echinoderms, put M for mollusks, put E for echinoderms in the chat. Put A for mollusks, put M for mollusks, put E for echinoderms for A. I want to know what you think A is. Is it a mollusk or is it a echinoderms? Okay. Okay, so now for B. For B, if you think B is a mollusk, put M. If you think B is a mollusk, put M. If you think B is an echinoderms, put E. Put E. Put E. All right. Carrington, where's Carrington? Carrington Hopkins.
Right here.
What is A? A is a what? What your guess is?
I guess echinoderms.
You think A is an echinoderms. And then, so that means that
Oh.
you think B is a mollusk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he is saying that A is an echinoderms and B is a mollusk. Anyone agree with him?
No, I think it's the other way around.
No, sir.
You think it's the other way around? What other way
Yeah.
around do you think it is?
I think the B is the
Echinoderms.
echinoderms and A is the mollusk.
All right, do we agree with her? Do we
Yes,
agree?
sir.
Do we agree?
Yes.
Okay. And how many persons just don't know? You just don't know. You don't know the difference at this point. Okay. So the starfish is the echinoderms, like she said. She's
Okay.
right.
All right.
And
I was
the
guessing that.
and what is this? What is this actually? We call this
Clam.
That's an oyster, right?
That's clam or oysters.
Oyster.
Clam
the clam
Clam or oysters.
Or claim.
One of the most valuable animals.
is what we call the mollusks. Okay.
All
All right. So how do we distinguish mollusks, echinoderms? How do we do the difference? So today we're gonna learn how we can tell the difference. All right. Now, both of them have similarities because both of them are invertebrates. So start off with echinoderms. Okay, echinoderms have echinoderms. They have body. Well, let's say body, has a pattern of 5 parts. And we gotta see it, right? Because the 5-pointed star, right? They often have spines and they live where? They live in the
Ocean.
Ocean.
yeah, they live in the sea, right? And obviously they are invertebrates. What does it mean to be invertebrates?
Without
Without-
backbone.
No backbone, right? So what are some examples of echinoderms?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
They
Huh?
are frost banks.
Say it again. Their spines is
Sea
not
urchin.
their spines does not count as a backbone. Like that's not like what we mean when we say vertebrate. Sea urchin, what else?
Crab.
No, crab is a crustacean. Sea urchin, starfish. What else? Sand dollar. Brittle star. So starfish, sand dollar, sea urchin, brittle
A sea
star.
cucumber.
Say it again.
A sea cucumber.
Sea cucumber. So
Yes, sir.
that's right. Brittle star. So these are examples of echinoderms. Okay. So a sea urchin. Let me show you an example of a sea urchin. Very pointy and spiky. So this is a sea urchin. Anyone ever saw a sea urchin before in real life?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I almost
No,
stepped on
sir.
one. I almost stepped on one before.
It go in your foot. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so you gotta be careful,
I
right?
never had one.
Right? It's been,
Excuse me,
Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Petit, I almost stepped on one before.
yeah. Yeah,
If you
Mr.
step,
Petit, is this the same as the sea egg?
I'm not familiar with the sea egg. Sea egg? Never heard of that before.
Maybe only Jamaicans call it that.
No, it's not exactly the same. No. Sea eggs are different. Okay,
They look pretty spiky for any animal to eat.
and what is this again? This is what?
A sea urchin.
Sea urchins. Sea urchins. Very spiky. Anyone want to step on it? See how it feel?
Mr. Petit, I was so close to
No,
stepping
sir.
on one of them.
I never actually saw one though.
Never actually saw one.
I have almost stepped on a jellyfish.
Okay.
I see them a lot because me and my uncles go diving.
Okay, wow.
Mr. P, if you step on one, what will happen?
Lamar, please explain to them if you step on them what can happen.
You can go to the hospital.
Like they spikes serrated, so they spikes to break off in your foot, and then you have to get medical attention.
They can,
And also they are poisonous.
yeah, that too.
So the next
Not
one,
really, not all of them.
the next one is what is this one?
A sand dollar.
Sand dollar.
Sand dollar.
$10.
Sand dollar. This is when it's moist, but it also when it's dry, it creates a nice craft, right? So
Or shell.
or shell. Pretty neat.
Look like a dollar.
Doesn't look like I mean, I guess because of this this encryption now, kind of neat. It looked pretty to me. There we have the sand dollar.
I've never seen one of those actually in real life.
Never seen that in real life.
No, me
I
either.
I had one of them, but it broke.
Okay, so this is when it's dry. This is not how they exist in real life. It's when it's dry.
Okay.
They are moist.
They come in different shapes.
Yeah.
They don't always come flat.
I don't like that. Ew.
Mr. Petit, can we say the brittle star too?
The brittle star, okay. The brittle star. So let's see. Let's show them. Let me show the brittle
Ugly.
star. El Cardo. That's El Cardo.
What about sea biscuit?
Say it again.
The thick ones with the thick the sea biscuit.
I don't understand what you're saying. We all understand what he said?
No,
He
sir.
said sea biscuit. Sound like he says sea biscuit, something like
Sea
that.
biscuit? Sea biscuit. Oh, I'm not familiar with sea biscuit. Brittle star, I don't like how they look. Not nice. Okay, let me give a decent picture. Yeah, kind of weird.
They were my favorite animals, actually.
They look like worm.
They look
Yeah.
like centipedes.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
They look
They're
that
one
bad
of my
though, as
favorite
long
animals,
as they're
actually.
not venomous.
Yeah, it looked very bad.
Wow, it looked kind of bendy.
Yeah, and then they give you another one. There's it again. The brittle
Okay,
star.
that one looks pretty.
Yeah. All right, so
They're
this,
actually one of my favorite animals.
really sure. Okay, so what do we call these? These are all what?
Brittle stars.
These are all echinoderms. All of these are echinoderms. All right. So let's move on to the next one, which is the mollusks. I like talking about the mollusks. So mollusks.
Mr. Petit,
Uh-huh.
you know I almost stepped on a sea urchin before.
I think you said that like 1,000 times, I think. that would mark the 1,000
almost
times
step
you
on the
said.
jellyfish.
And you said that.
Oh, sea urchins taste like they kind of taste like cream.
Okay, so when we look at the mollusks, there are 3 types of mollusks, right? There are 3 types of mollusks. El Cardo, where's El Cardo? I think that's his little brother playing the fool. So there are 3 types of mollusks. So you need to know all 3 classes of mollusks. Anyone know them? They are. Yes. Yes. Say it again. No. The gastropods. Gastropods. These are what you call
Bivalves.
bivalve, yeah. So the
Yeah.
gastropods, well, let me just color code this properly. So the gastropods are the one that have 1 shell.
And so,
One shell. So that's the gastropods. So these, they have a spiral. Yes.
This the one with bivalve and univalve.
Yes. So these are also called univalve, which means what?
1 shell.
1 shell. Give me some examples of gastropods.
Queen conch.
Examples would be the conch,
Snail.
a snail. All right.
Hermit crab.
Next, so we have the gastropods. They only have 1 shell.
It's a word that starts with a B. Bolivia, what? Yeah, that one.
The who?
You mean cephalopod?
Start with B. Yes, it does start with B.
Bivalves.
Bivalves. Yes, bivalves. So bivalves, they have what? How many shells?
They have 2 shells.
2 shells that work like a hinge, like a door hinge. Examples would be
Clams.
The clam.
Oysters.
Oysters. What else? Scallops. Right? These are all bivalves, and they all fall under mollusks. So that means that when you're eating the queen conch, for those of you who eat conch, you are eating a mollusk. So we have gastropods, which is one shell. We have bivalves, which is two shells. And then we have the third one, which was going to be what?
Cephalopods.
Say it again?
Cephalopods.
Cephalopods. Cephalopods. Yeah, anyone remember when in Moana, when the guy said, don't expect a decapod to be the demigod or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Moana. Yeah, with the
Demigod?
yeah.
What
I
can
can't
I
remember.
say?
I can't remember what his line was he said, but he said something, but don't expect a decapod to be the demigod or something like that. Can't expect a demigod to be a decapod or something like that. He was talking about the categorization that he's in, right?
Actor of that
The
was
crab, the crab.
The big one, the big one. He wasn't no crab. He was some.
You mean Maui? You mean Maui?
Not Maui, the one who he had to fight against.
With
All
all
right.
the golden stuff on his back.
Yeah, with all the stuff in his.
That's a
Yes.
crab.
Yeah, that's hermit crab.
That was a crab.
Hermit crab.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's hermit crab.
I'm so shiny.
Yes.
That's a hermit crab.
Yeah. Okay. That guy. All right.
Oh, the
So.
one who has all that gold on his back.
Yeah. So he even mentioned it. If you listen to him, he mentioned it. Okay. So cephalopods. They have no visible shell. So these ones have no visible shell. You would think that the next one would be three shell, but they have no visible shell. For example,
slugs.
Slugs. What else?
Wilkes.
Octopus. What else?
Squid.
Squid. So these are your examples. These are your three classes, right? So what are our three classes of mollusks? What are the three classes?
Gastropods,
Gastropods, bivalves, and
cephalopods.
cephalopods. Very good. What do we know about our gastropods? How many shells do they have?
One shell.
One shell.
One
shell. And what do we know about our bivalves? How many shells do they have?
They have two shells that work like a hinge.
Very good. What are some examples of your bivalves?
Oysters.
They don't have shells.
Oysters.
Oysters.
Scallops
and clam.
Very good. Very good. Oysters, scallops, and clams. And cephalopods.
They have
They don't have a shell.
Visible shell.
No visible shell. Very good. No visible shell. Okay. Malicio and Vincent, are you there? Malicio, can you hear me? I see a mic moving, but I can't hear you. Zion, Neely, where's Zion? Zion, Neely, are you there? Can't hear from Zion. Wyatt, where's Wyatt?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I was teaching today? Wyatt, do you understand what I
Yes,
said?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Um, Tania,
Tanaya.
Tanaya. What do we know about cephalopods? Tanaya, what do we know about cephalopods?
That they have no visible shell.
They have no visible shell. Very good. Sharon Gator. Sharon Gator.
So Patty, I'm about to send you my work.
Cleveland, you have to stop that. If I'm talking to someone, you can't just interrupt me like that. Wait till I'm done.
Yeah, sure.
Sharon Gator. What do we know about cephalopods, Sharon? Sharon Gator, what do we know about cephalopods?
Have no visible shell.
Very good. They have no visible shell. Rayshawn Cartwright. Rayshawn Cartwright, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What do we know about bivalves?
Have two shells that work like a hinge.
Very good. They have two shells that work together like a hinge. And Patrick, where's Patrick?
All right, yeah.
Patrick, what do we know about gastropods?
They have a spiral shell.
They have a spiral shell. And Joel, is there Joel here? Is there Joel here? Joel? Where's Joel? Where's Joel? Joel, can you hear me? Joel, what's your last name? What's your last name? Joel Dean? Okay. Joel, have you sent in your work? Okay. Where's Aiden Frandu?
Yes, sir.
Are you finished writing this down?
Yes, sir.
Take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Where's Deshauna? Deshauna, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Deshauna, what do we know about gastropods?
That they have a spiral shell.
Spiral shell. Did you send in your work, Deshauna?
I still have to send this one in.
Okay. All right, if you already sent in your work, then you can leave. Have a wonderful evening.
See you tomorrow by God's grace.
Okay, thank
care.
you.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Good night. Not a full day. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Mr. Petit.
Yes.
At work, you mean all the notes we take, right?
Yes. That's what I mean.